Here we go, and welcome to week 18. It's about to start in a couple hours. We did not have a Thursday game. We do have a couple of Saturday games and a whole lot of chaos in front of us because this is week 18. This is how it goes. Chris, it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, fun is one way to describe it. Yes, the fun of week 18 is not trying to decipher like who's good, who's healthy, what are the matchups. It's trying to decipher who's actually going to play or not.
Matchups, defense, momentum, just all out the window. And that's what, I don't know. You know what? Part of me still kind of likes the chaos. Just embrace the chaos. This is fun. It's just like spinning a roulette wheel, if you like that kind of thing. But here's the thing: is this is why you really, and we'll just say it again because obviously you're still playing. You're playing for week 18. It's probably best not to because so many of the best players in fantasy, obviously, because they're on the best teams that have buys and want to rest for the playoffs, they're just not playing. So just a lot of isn't fantasy football random enough that we don't need to add the randomness of just trying to pick who's actually going to play on these teams? But I know that some leagues they have. Someone was saying the other day that ESPN defaults to a 2-week championship of like week 17 and 18. You got to change that. Look, if you're the commissioner, get in the settings. You can change that. I don't really think you should. I mean, I don't know. Do you think that makes it any better because it's a 2-week thing?
No, because what if, if you're in the championship with Saquon Barkley, and now you don't have Saquon Barkley, that doesn't really help you. I would have rather just been in the championship last week with Saquon Barkley.
Exactly. Now you got to go with like Kenneth Gainwell or whoever's playing. Okay. Well, look, if you're playing still for week 18, trying to win your championship, we're going to help you like we always do. That's what we're here for. And we'll try to help figure out some of this madness and this mess. Now, as far as who's out, this isn't just your normal dings and injuries. It's a big mess. So let's start with this. I'm quickly going to go over the list of players who either are out for sure because of injury or those who are not going to play because of injury and or doubtful or not expected to play just because. And I like that they can actually say coach's decision now. That's, let's just be honest. So actually starting with now today we have 2 games that will definitely matter for the playoffs. And the very first game, which will start in a couple of hours, is Browns-Ravens, followed by Bengals-Steelers. The Bengals and Steelers, of course, they flex to Saturday because Bengals have to win to try to be in. Steelers want to win, I think. The Browns have nothing to play for. And so Jerome Ford is out. In fact, he is on IR. That feels sudden. It's because it is. Pierre Strong, also running back, is on IR. And David Njoku is also out. Those Browns will not be playing. Guess who is playing? Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi, along with Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Apparently, they're both playing. Is that what I saw?
Yeah. Who knows? Aren't the Titans doing this too with like Mason Rudolph and Will Levis? They'd what is this, college? Yeah.
So, good luck with that. Bailey Zappi, for what it's worth, will play some. The Ravens, I don't think are going to sit anybody, though. Have you seen anything about the Ravens sitting people?
No, Ravens, this is basically a must-win for the Ravens. I mean, it's not a must-win in the sense that, if they lose, they're out of the playoffs. But the difference here is win the AFC North and get the 3 seed, or potentially lose the AFC North if the Steelers beat the Bengals tonight and get the 5 seed. And now you have to go on the road in round 1. They don't want that. They don't want. They want to win this game, win the division, have the 3 seed, and get at least one home game.
Right. So those who are worried about Derrick Henry taking a seat, no, sounds like he'll play. He's good. Lamar Jackson, of course, and the receivers. All right. Now these players on these teams are not going to play. Basically, the Chiefs. You know that they have absolutely nothing to play for here. So no Mahomes, no Kelsey, etc. Those receivers don't expect to play much. The Rams are kind of locked there in the middle. They really don't have a lot of motivation. And we already know, we saw Puka and Cooper Kupp were wearing scout team jerseys in practice. So no Kupp, probably no Puka, no Kyron Williams. might be tough for some of you. The Bills are locked at number 2. No Josh Allen. We are going to be treated to Mitch Trubisky for much of this game. Isn't that fun? James Cook probably not going to play. So this is one reason why, if you are playing, I think we've been saying either the number one or one of the top running back options is Ray Davis. You think he's getting most of the run here?
Yeah, Bills resting their starters. Like they're not playing. Like I know Josh Allen is going to start because he has his consecutive start streak still going, but he's just going to go out there, probably take a snap and hand the ball off to Ray Davis, and then he's going to come out of the game. Like you cannot play any Bills players. No way. Not any Bills starters, I should say.
Starters, yeah. And then Eagles, likewise, they've already ruled out A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, or didn't play last week. Also, Kenny Pickett is, last I saw, questionable, but I think now he's been ruled out. Is he officially out? That means we're seeing Tanner McKee.
Yeah, we're going to see Tanner McKee. That's all I got to say about that.
McKee. I actually kind of liked him coming out of college. But anyways. All right. And then as far as quarterbacks, oh, by the way, Saquon. Yeah, no Saquon. I almost forgot him. At quarterback, Brock Purdy is out. That's why I was worried about talking about those 49ers, secondary options, because Deebo Samuel has already been ruled out, but no Brock Purdy either. But it's not going to be Brandon Allen, thankfully. It's going to be Josh Dobbs, who probably didn't know was on the 49ers. So there you go. Josh Dobbs, possible streamer. You're also not going to have Tua. Not like it's a must-win game for the Dolphins to hang on to their thin playoff hopes, but yeah, let's do it without Tua. And then Anthony Richardson also out. That means we are treated to another week of Joe Flacco. It's very nice. And at running back, Alvin Kamara not making a comeback. I'm not sure why he would. Tyjae Spears is out. Amir Abdullah is out. All those players you picked up last week to help you last week. Yeah, they're not playing this week. Gus Edwards and Josh Palmer for the Chargers are out. Now, Ladd McConkey is in. He doesn't even have an injury designation, but are you worried how much he'll actually play?
Yeah, you got to be worried here. I know Jim Harbaugh said they're going to play to win, but they're only really playing for seeding. Like, I think they can only get the 6 or 7 seed because the 5 seed is going to go to the Steelers or the Ravens. So it's like, okay, I guess it's the difference between, do you want to play the Bills or the Ravens in the first round?
I don't even know.
Do you feel better about either one? Like, do you feel better about like, oh, okay, at least we don't have to play Josh Allen. We get to play Lamar Jackson. Like, it does. It would. I mean, look, it's Jim Harbaugh. Who knows? Maybe he will play the starters the whole game. Maybe he really will try to win like Dan Campbell last week. But I'd be very nervous putting in guys like J.K. Dobbins, Ladd McConkey. Like, there's just especially against the Raiders. What if they're up like 2 or 3 scores at halftime, and then these guys don't even play in the second half? Like, I don't know. This just feels too risky.
Yeah, we didn't wind up making a streamers or waiver wire type of video for this week because it's just we don't even, up until like today, we barely know, right, who's playing, who isn't. But I had thought, okay, even if Ladd is healthy, he's been so banged up. He's so crucial to that pass offense. Why would they risk it? So I was going to say, and Josh Palmer is out. Quentin Johnston, this might be Quentin Johnston week. But that's risky. Although I will say one of the top tight end pickups might be Stone Smart. But anyways. And then at tight end, Kate Otten, doubtful. I think they were saying a game time decision, but yeah, don't risk Kate Otten.
Yeah.
Questionable. This is probably one that's the biggest, is Chase Brown, because number one, if you're in the championship, a good reason might be because of Chase Brown. Number two, the Bengals everything to play for. He would be a great play. But after spraining that ankle in that ridiculous play last week, what do you do with Chase Brown? Because they play today.
You can't feel good about Chase Brown. I mean, I know the Bengals, this is a must win, so they're going to play hard, but come on, the guy just sprained his ankle last week. Now he's a game time decision. I know Chase Brown's been great, but I would be very, very nervous playing Chase Brown tonight. This could be like a James Conner part 2, right? Where he goes out there, gives it a go, and then you get 5 carries and he's out for the game. I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, look, if you're debating between like, Chase Brown and maybe somebody like, I don't know, like Kimani Vidal, Hassan Haskins. Okay, fine. Put Chase Brown in, but I can't feel good about him right now.
I was going to go with Julius Chestnut, but that's fine.
Or him too.
Well, and I say that because Tony Pollard, game time decision. Now, Tyjae Spears is out, right? He's officially out. Tony Pollard has not looked good, but Tony Pollard has still some incentives to play for. Are we going to see them feed Tony Pollard, or is this going to be James Conner part 3?
Well, this is interesting. It's funny because I mentioned this on a stream a couple of weeks ago about like, why can't the team just pay these guys their incentives and not play them? What did Brian Callahan say this week? Like, he said, "Oh, if Tony Pollard doesn't play, we'll probably just pay him anyways. It's been done before." Like, he literally said that in his presser. So maybe they just sit Tony Pollard. Like, why? I mean, the only reason to play Tony Pollard is to get his incentives. So if you're just going to give him his incentives, why put him out there and risk further damage to his ankle or whatever? Like, yeah, I don't know. He's a game time decision too. I mean, come on, let's not risk it here.
Yeah, that would seem pretty foolish for the guy they just signed. Like James Conner. They just signed him to an extension. Chuba Hubbard. What happened with those guys? On IR. So yeah. Julius Chestnut, fire him up. And, okay, questionable also in many ways here, the Dolphins receiving core, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, who, reminder, catching passes from Tyler Huntley. Christian Watson will remain forever questionable, as he does to end the season, only fitting. Chris Olave, some people thought he might come back. He's questionable, and so is Juwan Johnson. Do we think we see Chris Olave for any reason?
I'd be shocked if we see Chris Olave. I mean, I know he was a full participant in practice this week. I don't know why. It's good to see. It's good to see him back like that. But again, why? Why put him out there?
Yeah.
A meaningless final game of this season. Like, let's keep him healthy for next year.
Exactly. Just why? To catch passes from Spencer Rattler, who, by the way, Derek Carr, they thought he was going to come back, wanted to come back. He's not coming back. And Darnell Mooney is also questionable, which kind of matters because Falcons definitely trying to win. All right. These guys are playing. Dallas Goedert is back, although that's kind of odd because the Eagles are resting all their other starters. Do you think Dallas Goedert actually plays?
I mean, he might. Like, he hasn't played in a month, so they might want to get him some reps, not have him too rusty. So he probably will. Maybe like a half or so. I wouldn't start. No, I'm not starting Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, I wouldn't start him. Okay. And then you mentioned with the Titans, we're going to see the return of Will Levis. He and Mason Rudolph are somehow going to both play. And if Will Levis does well enough, he'll stay. So it's like, just don't throw a pick and you won't get pulled. Okay. That makes sense. Here's a name I have not heard in a long time. We're going to see Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback for the Rams. That's right. He's with the Rams now. Is Jimmy G going to be one of your top QB streamers for Week 18?
Jimmy G throwing passes to who? Tutu Atwell, Jordan Whittington, Demarcus Robinson.
It's tempting.
Not quite tempting enough.
Okay. You never know. And last but not least, I did save this for last. Deontay Johnson. You heard me. Deontay Johnson reportedly will play. I mean, look, they've already lost, and they, meaning the Texans, right? That's where he is now. They lost Tank. They lost Diggs. Nico Collins, probably a guy they don't want to play because, they can't afford to lose another receiver. Is this the random Deontay Johnson 100-yard, 2-touchdown game for all those who dropped him to see him go off in Week 18 by your opponent?
I doubt anybody's going to start him, but probably. It's probably going to be some random big Deontay Johnson game.
That's right. Deontay, that's just that's so Week 18, and that's also so 2024. That would, yes. All right. So if you didn't hear enough reasons not to play your championship in Week 18, there you go. Those are all the players who were out and the players that we're going to see in. Now, of course, this all depends on your questions. We're going to get to your questions. Here's another thing that's definitely very Week 18. It's getting a free pick from Underdog, and Bijan Robinson is going to play because the Falcons are desperately clinging to playoff hopes. You know they're going to play all their starters, and Bijan is probably going to get a yard. So let's go higher than 0.5 total yards here. It is a free pick if you're new to Underdog, signing up for the very first time. So check this out. Sign up for Underdog, download the app, go to underdogfantasy.com, and you get the free pick if you use code ENDGAME when you check out. That's right. Promo code ENDGAME gets you the free pick, gets you also up to $1,000 of bonus cash, so free money in your account to get your free pick plus all the other goodies. And they just keep sending offers. I got a no sweat token the other day. Got a 50% boost the other day. They just keep sending you stuff. And this is after you sign up. So you're going to continue to get freebies and goodies even after you become an Underdog customer. So check it out. Just use code ENDGAME when you check out if you're signing up for the very first time. Which is also a good time to mention we're going to be doing Underdog drafts, as we already have been doing. Chris kicked off the new year in style, doing a playoff best ball draft. And then we did one a couple days ago, too. Actually, we didn't do one. We did, what, 3? I think it was 3. I like
They're very, very quick, very fun, very addicting. Very addicting.
Exactly. Because once you build one team, you're like, okay, well, I can do this differently. And then,
right.
After I did my 3, I was like, okay, I don't like any of those. Now I know what I really want to do my next draft. But then you're like, oh, I got the 1.1. It's like, and that's the fun thing. It's always different. But anyways, guys, check it out. If you already have an Underdog account, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to be streaming continuously throughout, let's just say, the entire year. Basically, there's never a time we're not streaming. So check it. Okay. Some of you are in championship mode, so let's do our best. Are you ready? Are you prepared for the names that you're about to see that you didn't want to see?
Yeah, I've been preparing myself all week for this. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and get it over with.
Okay, let's do it. Anthony Terry, playing for the championship. A wide receiver and a flex. You got Jacobs, so Josh Jacobs is not sitting, but he personally said, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get many carries.
I mean, why? Because the Packers are playing for the 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah, doesn't matter. They're not getting home field, so what's the point? Okay. So, which, by the way, I know some of you are going to ask best streamers. Emmanuel Wilson probably is a pretty decent option this week.
I think I said on the tiers, I put him as a solid start this week.
Oh, yeah.
Against the Bears.
Okay. Well, Jacobs is an option. Pollard is an option. Collins. Is Collins even an option? The Texans didn't come out and say we're sitting our starters, but he kind of said something like that, didn't he?
I don't know. He's saying they're going to try to win because the offense has been so bad and they want to right the ship a little bit. But at the same time, if you go out there and Nico Collins gets hurt, you're done. You have nothing. You might as well just say, hey, we forfeit. Give whoever plays this the win, and we'll see you guys next year. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
Very sketchy.
This is
Mooney,
brutal.
Questionable. Mooney's playing, but he's questionable. Pierce might be actually kind of like Mims. Mims might be your best option.
Oh, geez. Yeah, Mims, I mean, it's a must win, and he gets the Chiefs backups. He might be my number 1, my wide receiver. I don't think you can start any of those first 3 guys.
No.
I might go Mooney second if he plays, because they do get the Panthers and they are playing to win. We know he's going to be out there the whole game. They have to win. They have to win and hope the Bucs lose. So they're going to be playing to win. If he doesn't play, I probably just go Alec Pierce. Just hope Flacco, he can always score a random touchdown, a long play. So Mims would be 1, Mooney would be 2, and Pierce would be 3. Just the way you drafted him. Just the way you drafted him this year.
I think it's appropriate that's our first question. This is why you don't play in Week 18, because you're sitting your studs and you're starting your waiver wire pickups. But anyways, Mims and Mooney if he plays, but Mooney's questionable, so keep an eye on that. Cody is going to the championship. Got Lamar. Well, that's good. Ray Davis, Bucky, Terry, Thielen, McBride, Brees, Falcons. This is pretty good pretty good lineup for Week 18. What do you think about Brees?
I mean, he's going to be out there the whole game, so I don't mind Brees this week. I mean, he's been a bust. He's been underwhelming all year, but he'll probably be out there. They're not going to like bench him. I think my worry here is Terry. I know Dan Quinn said they're playing to win. And look, maybe they will. We don't know. When's the last time we saw Dan Quinn as head coach? Like when the Falcons choked the Super Bowl away. So I don't know. I don't know what his MO is here. But again, it doesn't really make sense. Again, they can just get the 6 or the 7 seed, right? Like I don't think they can get the 5 seed. Maybe they can get the 5 seed. I don't know. But I don't think I want to play like Hollywood. How much is Hollywood going to play? Like, yeah, Hollywood will probably be out there for a bit because he's a little rusty. But how much Coker?
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? I might put Jacoby Myers in over Terry, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Myers and Mims are both going to be involved. You know, and I missed it too. I forgot, didn't mention because of course the Chiefs out, but on the in list, it said Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is playing quarterback for the Chiefs this week, so take that in consideration.
Yeah, I don't.
It's either Myers or Mims. Mims a lot riskier. I mean, the Broncos have to win, right? But Mims is not their first receiver.
Right. I mean, he could always hit that big play, but then he could always do nothing. I might just go Jacoby over Terry, honestly. Just very nervous that Terry, like, are the Commanders really going to play the starters? Like, what are their playoff scenarios?
I think they're pretty much locked into where they are, Yeah, I'm unsure.
I mean, can they get? Jeez.
I'm unsure about Brees too, honestly, Cody. That's the one I'm like, how much run are they really going to give him? But then I'm like, do I want to put Marvin Mims over Brees? I might just go with Brees anyways.
So you're worried that like they're gonna just
give him like 10 carries and that's it. Like he plays a half.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the teams that are out of it don't usually do that unless the guy's less than 100%.
That's the thing is, Brees has been banged up throughout the season. He's their young running back, and I mean they got nothing to play for. Obviously, they haven't anything to play for basically all year. But I was like, I just worry with teams like that. They're like, okay, well, we'll do some Isaiah Davis, we'll do some Braylon Allen, some whatever, just because it's like,
So the Commanders are either the 6 or the 7. If they beat Dallas, they're the 6, which gives them the opportunity to go on the road against Philadelphia. Why are the Commanders trying to win this game?
Yeah, exactly. They really don't have much to play for.
But Dan Quinn said they're going to play to beat Dallas. I don't know, but Terry feels very risky.
No,
I think my change would be Jacoby over Terry.
Yeah.
That would be my change.
All right, let's do that. Jacoby over Terry. Brees and Mims, and Mims is a dart throw anyway. So, okay, Jay, here's some good news.
There we go.
One on the first attempt. You get more than one attempt. Okay, one is league. Now gonna have to try Dynasty. Awesome. All right, well,
yeah, very nice.
Dynasty is a different beast. It is. It's fun though. Like Dynasty league.
It is fun.
So try that out. If you're not already in, Jay, I don't know if you or anybody's not in the Discord. We have a Dynasty channel. We have a startups channel, so you can find leagues to join. Okay, Legend saying the championship finale is going to be decided by either Russell Wilson or Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I think. So Boomer. So Boomer is saying you guys have these snares all jacked up. RNDC gets LA Rams.
He's saying what? RNDC. Oh, right now, Washington is going to face the Rams, is what he's saying? If they lose.
Oh, that's right, because the 7th seed will face the Eagles.
And Green Bay wins. Oh, if they lose. Okay, so he's saying Washington wants to win because if they lose, then they get to play the Eagles. That's what he's saying.
All right. Well, maybe keep Terry in there then, Cody.
DC saying they're the 6th seed, so they play the 3 seed, which is the Rams. Okay, so you definitely would much rather play the Rams than the Eagles. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, so let's swap Brees for Jacoby Myers. I think that alleviates both concerns.
I'm fine with that. So here, I guess the Steelers also do have to win, even if the Ravens win, because if the Steelers lose and the Chargers win, the Chargers get the 5 seed. So I feel like the Steelers are going to play to win tonight, no matter what. It's the bank. I'm not putting Joe Flacco in. Yeah, sure, he might throw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he's also going to turn it over 3 or 4 times. It's like, just give me Russ against the Bengals at home.
As tempted as I am to go with Joe Flacco, yeah. Russ gets the Bengals defense. The Bengals are going to try to score like 100 points. I think you got to go Russ. Your brain should say Russ. My heart says Joe, but my brain says Russ.
You love Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Luke Steins needs a team: 2 running backs, Sharp, Achane, Dobbins, Pollard. 2 receivers, Chase, is one. Addison, McLaurin, a tight end, and a flex. Well, at running back, we already said Pollard is basically not worth starting. And then Dobbins, you were worried about Dobbins. So you going Charbonnet and Achane?
Charbonnet, no doubt here. Charbonnet, no doubt.
You're worried about Achane with Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, because we've seen this year, Devon Achane, it's like Jerry Jeudy splits. It's like Devon Achane, when Tua doesn't start, 6.5 points per game. Only his best game without Tua is 10 PPR points. And then when Tua plays, 22.6 points per. It's like, what? So my worry here is like Tua's not playing. The Dolphins, whatever. Like, let's say the Bengals win tonight and the Broncos are winning, and it doesn't look like the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs, and they just don't give Achane the ball in the second half, and we're just seeing like Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert, like whatever.
Yeah, but the Dolphins, they did this on purpose, right? Because the Dolphins almost always play in the early slate, but they're in the afternoon slate this time. So I think they did it on purpose.
Right. So, and when do they might play at the same, they probably play at the same time as the Broncos. I haven't looked at all the schedules. I'm already moving on to 2025 here. Yeah, they probably play at the same time because they don't want them to know. Yeah, they do. They play at the same time.
They know what they're doing.
But Achane, we have like a 6 or 7 game sample now where Achane has been horrible in every single one of those games.
True.
He hasn't been good in any of them. He's been terrible in all of them. And look, I guess if the Steelers lose tonight, then the Chargers do have something to play for because Boomer put in the chat, if the Steelers lose and the Chargers win, the Chargers get the 5 seed, which means they will get to play Houston, which is basically a bye week. So,
so Dobbins, you liking Dobbins because you think he'll at least get
I'll
enough
say
run?
Dobbins if the Steelers. Luke, if Charbonnet for sure, he's going to get all the touches or most of the touches, and they're playing the Rams backups. So go Charbonnet. That's an easy one. I'll say Dobbins if the Steelers win or if the Steelers lose tonight, because then the Chargers could get the 5 seed and they probably will play to win. If the Steelers somehow pull off the win tonight against the Bengals and it's like, okay, the Chargers have nothing to play for, then I might just gamble on Achane.
All right. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Luke, you got that? So Sharps for sure. Pollard definitely not. Either Achane or Dobbins, depending on the outcomes. And then a receiver, you're starting Chase. Who do you like better than Terry or Addison? Which both teams, we know the Vikings have something to play for.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Addison here.
Yeah.
Even if you tell me Terry's playing the whole game, which he might, Addison against the Lions
The Lions. Yeah.
to get the number 1 seed. I just think he has a way higher ceiling than Terry this week. Yeah, give me Addison.
Yeah, even if it was the Raiders or whatever, I just want to stream against the Lions defense, the secondary at this point, any receiver. Yeah, good Addison.
Yeah.
And then somehow have to choose between Bowers or McBride.
You can't flex one.
We still need
Raiders.
flex.
Raiders get the Chargers. Cardinals get the 49ers. 49ers is a tough matchup, but that assumes the regular 49ers.
They're playing Josh Dobbs at quarterback. Debo's not playing. Who knows who's resting on defense? Because we just don't hear about that as much. Maybe not. Defensive players usually don't rest. But look, we do need to flex. So do you want to flex one of those tight ends, or would you flex Terry?
No, I think I'm still going to flex Terry here. He's got the upside. I think I go Bowers slightly over McBride this week because here's the other thing. Bowers right now has the rookie record for receptions.
Right.
He's 4 ahead of he's 3 ahead of Puka for the record. Obviously, Puka cannot add on to his rookie record because he's not a rookie anymore. But Neighbors is only 4 behind Bowers. So they may try to give Bowers like 6, 7, a bunch of catches to make sure he finishes with more catches than Neighbors. So I think I'm going to go Bowers here.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go Bowers. Like you said, they're going to try to pad the stats, get him more records. So let's go Bowers.
And the Giants play early, the Raiders play late. So the Raiders are going to know going into that game, like, okay, how many catches did Neighbors have? By the way, how crazy is it that in like last year Puka set the record, and now this year 2 players are going to break it? Like what? Crazy. Crazy.
At least some rookies were good this year. Definitely not a running back. Okay, so you're going to play all 3 of those receivers basically and Bowers. And there you go. Good luck, Luke. Ernesto Balsaceres. Just 1. Madison or Ray Davis?
I'm just going to go Ray Davis against the Patriots. It's a good matchup. We've seen Ray Davis be good when given the chances this year. Yeah, just give me Ray Davis.
Yeah, it's crazy, but with Tua out, it's Ray Davis. Needs 3 receivers. Higgins. I think Higgins is a must. McMillan, Judy, Addison. I mean, we just talked about Addison against the Lions. I definitely want to play Addison.
Yeah, it's between Judy and McMillan for me. I feel like I probably go McMillan because this is a must-win for the Bucs and it is the Saints. But we saw last week Judy with no Tillman and no Njoku just got so many targets.
But remember, we're going to see Bailey Zappi this week.
I know, but it was DTR last week, and he had a nice game. He had a nice game just simply from volume, right? I mean, he dropped like 4 passes. I mean, he had a terrible game. Let's be real. Jerry Jeudy had a terrible game last week in real life, but they have no one to throw. Like it's just him. It's just like there's literally nobody else. But I think McMillan has more upside in this matchup against the Saints, so I'm going to go Higgins, McMillan, Addison.
Yeah, me too. Okay, and then Bowers, Muth, or Hawkinson. Got to be Bowers.
You got to go Bowers here.
Bowers still a must start this week. All right, Ernesto, you got a pretty good team actually for a Week 18 team. That's a good team.
Yeah.
Jim Slam, favorite to win. That's good. You got Bo, Henry, JT Higgins, JMO Bowers. Needs a flex. Okay, so Chase Brown is risky, but do you prefer Corum? Michael Carter, who for those who don't know is with Arizona, and he's probably going to be the starting running back this week. Ray Davis or Pollard?
Yeah, I'm definitely playing Davis or Carter. Or maybe even I probably would play Corum over Chase Brown, honestly, because we know Corum's going to get all the touches too. I mean, Ray Davis against Patriots is very hard to sit, but that 49ers run defense is really bad. And Michael Carter will actually be in a starting offense, meaning Kyler Murray's going to play, Marvin Harrison's going to play, Trey McBride's going to play. Oh, man.
I mean, that is That is a fair point because the Bills, you're going to see Ray Davis, but you're also seeing Mitch Trubisky handing it off to him.
Yeah, it's Mitch Trubisky. Maybe some Keon Coleman just because he came back recently, but we're probably going to see no Khalil Shakir, no Amari Cooper, no Dalton Kincaid. This is going to be probably a backup offensive line for most of the game. Possible. I think I just go Michael Carter here. 49ers run defense hasn't even been good all year anyways. And then he at least is playing with the starters. So I'm going to go Michael Carter, slightly over Ray Davis.
Yeah, those first three, again, your two best running backs that you've been starting most of the season are not the choices here. It's not Chase Brown and it's not Pollard. It's Carter or Davis. I think I give the edge still to Davis because I just think the Patriots are that bad in a run defense. And I do like Ray Davis. I just think he's a better runner than Michael Carter. But Michael Carter is a good choice as well. But it's definitely it's not Chase Brown, right? Way too risky.
No, way too risky tonight.
All right, Robert, here we go. Let's see. 4 titles so far, 15 left to get. Okay.
Dang, you have 15 leagues going into week 18? Oh, geez. All right.
May or Gino. Now, we were talking about May before the stream. What's the deal?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds 50-50 as if they're even going to play Drake May.
Yeah, you got an ankle.
He's your future. Why play Drake May in this meaningless game? I think I'm just going to go Gino here.
Yeah, and Gino does have, it's not anything huge, but I saw he needs like 175 yards to hit some sort of a contract thing. I don't know. But Gino is probably going to play, at least until he gets that. Kyler or Herbert?
Well, if the Steelers lose tonight, which we think they will, but you never know. It's not like the Bengals are a lock to beat anybody. Then I think I would go Herbert against the Raiders because they'll be in a must-win. Not a must-win, but a win to get the 5 seed. But if the Steelers somehow pull off the win tonight and get the 5 seed, then I'll just go Kyler. It'd be too risky to play Herbert.
Yeah, oddly enough, Kyler seems like the safer option here. So let's go Kyler. May or Wilson? Well,
I think you got to go Russ at home against the Bengals.
Yeah, definitely Wilson. Keenan or Ladd?
Well, again, same thing. If the Chargers need to win tomorrow because the Steelers lose tonight, then I'll go Ladd. But if the Steelers win tonight and the Chargers don't have anything to play for tomorrow, it's too risky. Go Keenan.
Keenan it's one of those interesting situations. Like the Bears clearly have no reason to do anything, right? But you got to wonder. They have no reason necessarily to sit Keenan either. But is this a game where hey, let's see if we can build some chemistry with Rome Odunze and Tyler Scott and 5th string wide receiver, or if Keenan is just the same plan? Probably just the same plan.
Yeah, I don't even think he's under contract with them next year. He's right. So it's what are they?
Yeah, right. Not like a running back they just extended for 2 years or okay, we're gonna keep him safe. Okay. Flex Carter or Downs?
I think I'm just gonna go Carter here. I'm not falling for the Downs of Flacco crap again. I fell for that crap last week. I can't believe I fell for that crap. People in the chat talking about Flacco with Downs. Whoever it was, and look, I'm not picking on whoever this person was that dropped the chat about his point totals in games with Flacco. You were dropping facts. It wasn't like you were dropping nonsense. But I don't want to start Josh Downs with Joe Flacco. If he goes off, he goes off. Oh, well. Give me Carter.
3 catches, 22 yards. That was Josh Downs last week.
I'm not falling for this crap.
All right. And then Knicks or Goff?
Ooh. Now, this is actually tough. If you watched my QB video this week, which not a lot of people did, I have Knicks and Goff both as strong starts. And I said Goff borderline, or no, I have them both as solid starts, but strong starts. Yeah, borderline must starts. Because Knicks is in a must win against the Chiefs backups.
Right.
But Goff is in a must win at home, and he's been so good. I think I have to go Goff. He's just been too good. And it's a must win at home against the Vikings. Let's go Goff.
Yeah, Goff we just know has a higher ceiling. They've been throwing the ball so well. And that Vikings defense will give up points. Yeah, so I think it's Goff here too. JK, Tracy or Garendo? I didn't think about Tyrone Tracy much. Where'd you put Tyrone Tracy this week?
I put him
Solid.
solid because he gets the Eagles back. They're playing the Eagles backups. The Eagles are playing for nothing. They're not going to have the starting defense out there much. I can see Tracy having a pretty nice game this week.
Yeah.
But I guess, look, I will say if the Chargers have to win, well, I shouldn't say have to, but if the Chargers are playing to win because they can get the 5 seed, I might go Dobbins. It is the Raiders, and he looked pretty good last week. But if the Steelers win tonight, I'll go Tracy.
And for what it's worth, we know Gus Edwards is out. So JK is not a bad option. Garendo's, no, forget it. I don't want anybody in that 49ers offense. Even Ricky Pearsall, like last week. Well, look at Ricky. It's going to be Josh Jacobs at quarterback, though. So, like, man, I don't want to start Garendo. Okay, so same kind of thing with the lad situation. If we feel like the Chargers need to win, go JK. If not, go Tracy.
Yep.
And then how do you feel about Achane and Aaron Jones? Well, we already talked about Achane. How do you feel about Aaron Jones? I mean, they have to try to win. He should be a solid start.
Yeah, I think he's like solid because it is still a tough, Lions run defense. Not as tough as it was earlier in the year when that defense was healthy, but still tough. But this is a game where both teams are going to go all out for sure. So I still think Aaron Jones has to be at least solid.
Yeah. All right. And I guess if you're asking between the two, which I don't know if you are, you got to put Aaron Jones over Achane because of
you
Tua.
can't play Achane without Tua. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's true.
Yeah, it really shouldn't make that big a difference. Maybe telling something about the offensive system there. But anyways, let's not go down that road. So Robert, good luck. Hopefully we get 15 more titles. That's great. Jim K. Chig or Muth?
I'm going to go Muth against the Bengals. Terrible against tight ends. Steelers going to play to win. He's got touchdown upside. Give me Muth.
Well, here's the other thing with Chig. He became all of a sudden very startable because Mason Rudolph was a quarterback, but Will Levis is now back at quarterback. So Chig really isn't someone you don't want to play. He's just not even on my radar, I don't think. Okay, Just Flow is just here for fun because after 7 years is finally champion. Awesome.
Well done. Well done.
Awesome. All right. So Shelly definitely wants to win this week, not just because it's the final week, but the opponent is her husband. He's got Kittle. Would you pick up Ertz or Muth to block? I love it. Or both?
Yeah, I would pick up both. I don't know what other tight ends are out there, but I mean, if those are by far the two best tight ends, if everybody else left is like, terrible, pick up both. Pick up both.
Well, like you said, there is no next week. I mean, literally, there's no for fantasy. Literally. You don't need a bench. If there's a player that you can drop that he's not going to play or need, that's fine. So try to get both. I mean, look, if between the two, I think I feel better about Ertz. I would probably pick him up first, but I would just try to get both. I will just say, okay, so she said, thanks for the great advice over the past 3 years. I can tell you're an endgame viewer because this is such a great endgame move. Blocking the op, which happens to be your husband, on waiver wires. I love it. That brings joy to my heart. This probably does not bring a lot of joy to your heart to see this question. Jonah Bonsanto, Kyler Murray or Joe Flacco?
I'm just going to go Murray. I do not want to play. I didn't want to play Joe Flacco last week. He was okay. He was okay for fantasy. This is just not what I want in my lineup championship week. I know it's the Jaguars, but I just don't care. It might be another huge JT week. I'm just going to go Kyler.
I feel like you almost wouldn't even want to win with Joe Flacco in lineup. Like if you're like, Joe Flacco is going to get you 25, which I know you don't think he will. Okay, Joe Flacco is going to get you 15, and Kyler Murray is going to get you 7, and you'd be like, I'm just going to take Kyler Murray.
Well, if I knew he was going to give me 15 versus 7, I'd put Joe Flacco in.
But
that's kind of my thing. It's like, yeah, Joe Flacco will get you 15, 16, 17, but he also might get you -4.
Well, it's true. He might have used it all up last week. Okay. Jill Shaw Dean. McMillan or Devontae Adams? Ooh, that's a tough one.
This is a tough one. I mean, the Dolphins are going to play to win. They're going to play to win. The defense is still pretty good.
True. You know, this is
McMillan gets the Saints. Baker Mayfield's balling right now. He's got incentives to hit. I know Evans. They're going to get Evans his 80-plus yards and his touchdown or whatever for sure. There's enough here for McMillan. I think I just go McMillan.
Yeah, I think the way Baker's playing, the way the Bucks are playing, it's the Saints. I'd go McMillan. You got to wonder, this is the last hurrah, at least in Jets uniforms, or you got to figure for Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, right? They're saying they're going to move on from both, which it would be pretty stupid if they didn't.
They have to.
Is he just going to be like, all right, I don't care. I'm just going to target Devontae Adams 38 times or no?
I mean, isn't that what he does anyways? But it didn't work last week.
Well, that's true. It actually has to work. Okay. McMillan it is. John Henry needs 2. Zay, DJ Moore, or McMillan. The Ravens do get the Browns shortly.
Yeah, but I don't even care at this point. Dave Flowers has been mostly meh this year.
He's been better than meh. He's been mostly meh in the second half. I think that's fair to say. He did have a good game, though. I looked this up because I wasn't sure about the Ravens scenarios. But anyways, the last time they played Cleveland, which was a few weeks ago, he went for 115 yards. He did have the Browns are not good. Tyreek Hill last week went for 100 yards with Tyler Huntley. So I'm actually tempted to play Zay Flowers this week. DJ Moore is the one I'm not really sure about. So I think I might go Flowers and McMillan, actually. DJ Moore is hard to gauge, though.
What's that?
DJ Moore is the one that's kind of hard to gauge, right? It's like, what are the Bears doing or going to do? You know,
I think the Bears are just going to play like normal. I mean, you got a head coach who's probably not going to be the head coach anymore. I don't think the Bears are going to do anything different. They're just going to go out there and do what they do, chuck it mindlessly all over the field, and hope it hits. That's how I feel like the Bears offense is right now, right? It's like Caleb Williams just chucking the ball, just chucking it over there, and then chucking it, and just hoping it connects somehow.
Basically,
kind of feel like that's how the Bears offense is. I mean, but Zay Flower, oh my gosh, from week 10 through week 17, he only went over. He only went over 12 fantasy points one time. Zay Flowers was meh this year. 11, 5, 2, 4, 7, 11, 11, 10, 11, 15, 5. He was very meh. He had like 4 good games.
Well, like I said, it's only the opponent because one of his good games was against Cleveland. Cleveland's, I think, was just that bad, and they were already resting players. So if the Ravens actually have something to play for, I'm going to go Zay.
They do. No, they definitely have something to play for. I guess I just worry that like they're going to be up 28-0 at half.
They could. I mean, they really could.
All right, Zay and McMillan, I guess.
And then a defense, Chargers or the Eagles.
Nah, I'm not gonna. I know the Eagles get the Giants, but it's the second string Eagles. Drew Lock can still do something against the second string Eagles. Give me the Chargers.
We saw exactly what Drew Lock can do last week. Yeah, let's go Chargers. Okay, Thomas is also just chilling because he already finished his league like all good leagues should. Yeah, you really do need to change that. Anybody's still playing from week 18, or at least tell your commissioner. Okay, so we're going to do a lot more week 18 questions, but let's do this as Wayne. He's got the membership. We're looking ahead. Okay, pick 3 for next year. Now, we did talk about this on Monday with Keith, right? We talked about our top 5. Who would we be trying to get, assuming Chase and Barkley are taken first? So he wants to know who were the next 3.
No, I think he's saying he has picked 3.
Who is number 3? Oh, who is pick 3? I thought you were saying pick 3, play like the next 3 players. Well, we did that too. We actually said the top 5. Who was your number 3 after Chase and Barkley?
Well, my number 2 was Jefferson, but this assumes PPR. So Jefferson would by default be my number 3. But this is half PPR. I think in half, I might go Bijan over Jefferson.
And we actually had a little brief discussion about Barkley versus Bijan, right? Is Barkley for sure the number 1 running back off the board, right? Was it you or was it him who said something about it? Was you, right? You said you might take Bijan
Yeah,
over Barkley.
I'm gonna put Bijan over Barkley next year.
Okay. Well,
I just feel better about Bijan, less wear and tear, catches more passes. Don't have to worry about getting vultured at the goal line with the tush push. I know that wasn't a huge issue for Barkley this year, but not to mention we go back in time and look at every running back that's run for 2,000 yards. Obviously, nobody's going to run for 2,000. Well, I shouldn't say that. Somebody might one day. But it's just a lot. Like running for 2,000 yards is hard. You need a lot of touches. You need a lot of carries. It puts a toll on your body. The Eagles are probably going to go deep into the playoffs. Bijan probably won't even make the playoffs. So I'm going to put Bijan over Barkley. But I mean, come on, Barkley's going to be number 2. I know people are going to freak out like, oh, how do you have Barkley not number 1? You got him all the way down. Why do you hate Barkley?
Exactly. Which is funny because this year everyone's like, Barkley, he can't be a first rounder. Jalen Hurts is going to take all the touchdowns. Anyways. Chase Barkley, I'm fine with Bijan 3 as well. In full PPR, yeah, I probably would go Jefferson though. Okay. Don't worry, we'll break all of that down many times.
I like that you're already thinking about it though, because I'm already thinking about it too.
Of course. Joshua Shields. Here's a fun one. Who would you start between Zach Ertz or Nico Collins?
I think you got to go Ertz, sadly. I know D'Amico Ryan's saying they're going to play to win, but they literally have nothing to play for.
And
nothing good can come from playing Nico Collins this week.
Well, here's the funny thing too is look, if you have Nico Collins, you probably know about this. He really hasn't been that good the last 2 weeks anyways. Like, even playing. He's been fine. He hasn't scored touchdowns. He had that 100-yard game. He's been okay. So, yeah, go Zach Ertz. He's still got some incentives. They'll throw it to him. There you go. Zay asking if Jacobs is still startable. No.
Not really.
H.N. Dowdle or Michael Carter?
I'm going to go Michael Carter here. I don't mind Dowdle either because Commander's not good against the run. And Dowdle, there's no reason not to give Dowdle the carries. And Zeke is gone. He's gone. Woo! He can't vulture the goal line touchdowns anymore. But I like Michael Carter better in that Cardinals offense. So I'm going to go Michael Carter.
Yeah, the thing with Dowdle against Washington, it's not a great matchup, and they do still have something to play for. So, yeah, Michael Carter it is. Just, again, second, third round pick, late round pick, or maybe, let's say, strong waiver wire ad, and there's Michael Carter. And that's your choice.
Yep.
Chill. For the chip, Ravens or Bucks?
Oh, you got to go Ravens. The Ravens are 20-point favorites today. That is insane. I saw a stat where with the year the Browns didn't win a game where they went winless that whole year, they were never worse than 13.5-point underdogs. They are 20-point underdogs today.
Wow. You
got to go Ravens.
Yeah. Remember, it's not even just DTR. It's Bailey Zappi as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Ravens. Rogelio Anaya needs 2 receivers in a flex. HN Wilson, I guess Garrett Wilson, Neighbors, Pickens, Pittman, McMillan, Chase Brown, Abdullah. Already has Irving and Taylor, and that's good.
That's good. Well, Abdullah not playing after being the most surprising big game. Well, maybe Devonta Smith was more surprising. The second most surprising big game of week 17. Now he's not even playing in week 8. Like, what? He used it. That's it. He's like, oh,
he used it all up.
I cannot handle another touch. If I have one more touch and I break.
Yep. He used it all up. The meter is empty.
So you gotta go Neighbors. He's gonna get force fed against the Eagles' second team defense. He could have a huge game. And then I think you got to go Pickens against the Bengals. Neighbors and Pickens, a wide receiver. And then I'm just gonna flex McMillan. Again, against the Saints. I think Chase Brown too risky tonight. HM without Tua, no thanks. Garrett Wilson, yeah, he might not get a target in this game.
Yep.
Like Aaron Rodgers may legitimately just refuse to throw him the ball.
I totally believe that might happen. Neighbors, Pickens, McMillan easily. Yep. Good luck. Adam Ponce, T. Higgins, or BTJ in a standard league.
Oh man,
Why
do we have to choose?
Well, I will say this. We did it differently this week, right? Wide receiver tiers. I put T. Higgins finally against my own will. I put T. Higgins as a must start. The Bengals have to win. We know they're going to throw it a ton. And if Chase Brown is out or questionable, I mean, Joe Burrow is legitimately going to throw it 50 times. I'm starting T. Higgins pretty much no questions asked.
Well, would it change your opinion to know you also put BTJ as a must start?
Yes. I know. And BTJ is also a must start, but again, do you want the guy catching passes from Joe Burrow or Mac Jones?
Yeah, I know. You can't. I mean, especially after what he did last week, and it's Joe Burrow. It's a must win for them. I think you got to go T, but this is really close. I mean, this could go. It's non-PPR, so if T doesn't score and Brian Thomas does, you're going to wish you'd played Brian Thomas, so it can go either way here. But, yeah, I probably go T as well. How come you can't start both these guys? Who's your other wide receivers?
Yeah, right. That's a good point. Okay. Jake the Snake. Okay, so speaking of Chase Brown, who's the pivot, Corum, Tracy, or Mims?
I mean, I'm not playing Chase Brown over Corum or Tyrone Tracy. Look, if Chase Brown goes out there and is healthy and plays the whole game, has a nice game, oh well. There's a serious risk that he barely plays.
Yeah,
he barely plays. It's funny. I see in the chat to that last question, people are like, "You can't bench BTJ. He's been on fire." Like T. Higgins hasn't been. Like T. Higgins didn't just win everybody's Week 17 fantasy championship.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, look, BTJ has been
on fire.
They've both been on fire. Been a little more on fire last week, but anyways,
they've both been on fire.
That's why they're both must starts.
I'm gonna probably go Tracy here against the Eagles backups. Corum is definitely interesting, getting all the touches against the Seahawks. Seahawks defense doesn't scare me. He's going to get all the touches. But what does scare me is like Jimmy G and this offense maybe being horrible. I mean, yeah, the Giants offense isn't great either, but they're going to get the Eagles backups. The Seahawks are still going to play their starters. The Seahawks are going to try to win. They're not going to go out there and just like not try.
Right.
So I'm going to go Tracy.
Yeah, one thing I'll just quickly throw this out with Corum because we're about to do our video, our what biggest bust or worst takes of the season. Blake Corum is on there for me, and so looking into it, we know the worst rushing team in the NFL is the Raiders. Okay, but I didn't know there's only 3 teams that rush for fewer than 4 yards per carry for the entire season, and the Rams are one of them. The Rams are one of the least efficient rushing teams. And sure, they don't have a running quarterback. There's plenty of teams that don't have a running quarterback. It's not Matt Stafford's fault. Blake Corum is a big part of it because he didn't run for more than 3.5 yards per carry. I mean, it wasn't just, they didn't use him. He really wasn't that good when they did use him. So bottom line is I don't expect Corum to all of a sudden have like this 200-yard game. Oh, he's getting his chance. So I'm just going to go Tracy here. Earth Eater. How about another Chase Brown question? Brown, Michael Carter, DK, Judy, or Dre Sweet?
I don't know who that is. I think in PPR I might go. I know DK has an incentive or 60 something yards. I don't know. It's either Judy or Michael Carter for me in PPR. I mean, Judy he got so, and this could be like a game again where they're just so far behind. He had 12 catches for 94 yards last week. which is horrible. I mean, we're talking about 7 yards a catch. It's absolutely horrible. But for fantasy, it's great.
Yeah.
I might just go Judy.
I mean, you figure what's tough with the Browns, number one, yeah, they're going to get spanked, right? Okay, number two, it's a bunch of backups all across the offense, right? Including Bailey Zappi part of the time at quarterback. I mean, if Judy was going to sit, they would have already sat him, right? So you figure Judy's going to be out there.
Yeah, they have no reason to sit him.
Yeah, I guess let's go Judy here. A little bit higher of a ceiling, if you want to call it that, than Michael Carter. Okay. Holy lemons. Okay. Jalen Daniels or Bo Nix? Is JD still a must start?
Yeah, I mean, it Commanders are playing to win, and it's the Cowboys who I think give up like a ton of rushing to quarterbacks. I think you still got to go JD here. I do really like Bo Nix though.
Yeah, the Commanders are in a want to win, but the Broncos are in a must win. But Daniels is still a better fantasy quarterback than Nix. I'll go Daniels. He wants to cement that rookie of the year, possibly.
I think it's cemented.
I think he
could like throw 3 interceptions this week and still win rookie of the year.
Probably. Okay, well, so this is interesting. Isain Venegas, best running back is Swift. Should you look for something else? Probably.
I mean, probably. I don't mind Swift this week. It's Green Bay. Not terrible defense. I mean, the Bears are still going to try to win, but it's not the best offense. I mean, yeah, I would play Tracy over him. I'd probably play Emmanuel Wilson on the other side over him. I'd play Michael Carter over him, Ray Davis. I'd play those guys over him.
Yeah, I'm sure there's one of those guys available. So
yeah.
Let's see. Ryan Pope is in a horrible Week 18 Super Bowl where all the earnings go to first
even
place.
worse is winner take all. Oh, geez.
So we can only pick one. Here's Michael Carter, Jerry Jeudy, DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill.
Well, if it's full PPR, I probably do just go Jerry Jeudy here. I mean, Tyreek Hill wasn't bad with Snoop last week, shockingly. But this isn't the Browns. It's not the Browns this week. And again, Judy has to get all the targets here. I mean, Michael Carter probably safer than Judy. But I will say if it's half or non-PPR, then I might go Michael Carter. But if it's full, I'll go Judy.
Too much risk with Tyreek.
Yeah, just too much. Remember, it's the Jets. I know Sauce Gardner isn't playing. I know the Jets have mailed it in or whatever, but it's a better defense than the Browns. It's a better defense than the Browns. It's still Snoop Huntley. I can't get too excited here. I don't know. Judy or Michael Carter.
So no faith in the cheetah.
Not really.
Well, look, last week it was the Browns. This week it's the Jets. Yeah. Let's just go Judy. I'm fine with Judy. All right, Jay's life. How about another Judy question? Pick one. Judy, Jennings, Terry, or Thielen?
I think here I'll go Terry. It sounds like the Commanders are going to play to win. Thielen's interesting, and I've already talked about Judy a bunch, but I think Terry has the upside here. I'm not scared of the Cowboys secondary. I'm going to go Terry out of these guys.
Yeah, I'm definitely not playing Jennings. I think Thielen will be fine this week, but they might mess around and try to get Coker involved and whatever. Yeah, let's just go Terry if they have something to play for. Bryant Bird. Well, this is interesting. B-Rob or Ray Davis?
I might just go Ray Davis here. B-Rob hasn't even been good recently. Even when the Commanders are scoring points, it hasn't been good. I mean, I know he could always score, and there's talk that they might activate Austin Eckler off IR this week, which would hurt him a little bit. I'm just gonna go Ray Davis.
Yeah, I think I feel good enough about Ray Davis. I would play him. Now, when you get down to like the Corums, some of those sketchier running backs, I'd probably go B-Rob. But I like Ray Davis, I guess, too much this week. Pickens, Addison, Jennings, Flowers, McMillan, Kittle, Freiermuth, or Janu? Are we... I don't get it. How many are we picking here?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Maybe.
If we're picking a tight end, man, can I bench Kittle? He's been so good. I know it's Josh Dobbs, but
He's questionable too, isn't he?
Yeah, I might just go Muth tonight, not risk it. It's the Bengals. It's a good matchup for them. Might just go Muth. I don't know what we're doing at wide receiver. I'll rank them Addison, Pickens. I guess I'd probably go Addison, Pickens. I guess Flowers, McMillan, Jennings is how I'd rank them.
Right. Yeah, I interpret this as you need one of those running backs. You probably need one tight end. Don't know about receiver, but there you go. Addison, Pickens, McMillan, Flowers. Rise above anything. Got the championship. Rise. Working on number 2. Very nice. Let's do it. Okay. Sir Boomer needs help. Wait, I thought you already won. JD, HN, Bucky, Carter, Quorum, Ray Davis, Jamar Chase, Nico Ladd, Downs, Mims, Zacchaeus, Coker, Chig, 2, 2, 1, and 1.
Well, I'm going Bucky and Carter at running back. Sorry, HN, you're out. I guess Chase and Ladd at wide receiver, assuming the Steelers lose tonight. If the Steelers win, I would probably just go Chase and Mims. And then I'll flex Ray Davis. And give me 1 second.
I don't even see a tight end. You're saying one tight end. I mean, you only got one quarterback, JD. Am I missing the tight ends here? I don't see a tight end, except for Chig. So if he's your only tight end, then he's your only tight end. So I don't know if you have somebody else. Yeah, I was going to say at running back, I got Bucky and Ray Davis, but he's flexing Ray Davis, so that's fine. I'll flex Carter. And then Chase, and you can't play Nico. Go Chase and Ladd. All right, go Boomer. Take it home. Hopefully your boy Ladd helps you out. Dan Catalano, can you trust HN? No, not really, because no Tua. Well, it's got Tracy, Carter, and Jalen Warren. Yeah, it's either Tracy or Carter. You can definitely play one of those. Tracy should be fine this week. I think he's definitely startable against backup Eagles. Michael Carter, same thing, definitely startable. I do like Tracy a little bit better, so I think I'll go Tracy for this one. And then, okay, so let's do the next super chat. Javier Leon. Darnold or Lamar? I think you just still have to play Lamar because they do still need to win, want to win, I guess you should say. It's the Browns. Yeah, I think you can definitely just put Lamar and not think about it.
Oh, yeah, Lamar.
I mean, obviously Darnold is in a great spot, but it's Lamar. As long as they have something to play for, you go Lamar. And then McConkey or Garrett or Garendo.
Oh my gosh!
I just go McConkey. I don't even care if they have anything to play for. Garrett's not getting 20. Garendo's not getting 20.
Sure, go Ladd. Let's hope the Steelers lose tonight.
Yeah, I mean they definitely could. Okay, then we have. He's pronounced himself so Boomer is Sir Boomer, but now we have officially the King Turd Ferguson.
There we go. Yes.
The King. I was thinking over on Henry and under on Lamar. Okay, so we're talking about some picks here. Just keep in mind we say higher, lower, not over, under. But higher on Henry and lower on Lamar passing. What do you think? Just because they're going to be able to steamroll the Browns, probably won't have to pass too much.
That's fine, I guess. I don't know what the lines are, so
I mean, that does make sense.
I don't know what Jerry Judy's receiving line is, but I would probably go higher on it because, again, he's going to have to get all the receptions.
It's. I might be. I mean, I'll definitely take the higher on Henry. I don't know if I would even go lower on Lamar. I mean, they could just can't all go higher. You know what I mean? Don't want to touch Judy. Went under on receptions. Yeah, I don't know about that. I wouldn't do that one. You know, the games we think are going to be blowouts aren't always blowouts. This one I feel
Right.
like will be a blowout.
I mean, a 20-point. That's great. Like, you almost have to take the Browns in the 20 points, right? Like, how often does a team lose by 20?
Well, it happens, just not always when we expect it. Yeah, it definitely could happen.
Even because even garbage time, they could, like, even if they're down 30 something going into the fourth quarter, like
Yeah, they'll come back and
they'll score like 2 meaningless touchdowns and cover.
Yeah, it is definitely risky to take higher. All right, so we have one from Derwin Niesman. I don't see the comment though. Derwin, I'll look for your comment. This is another one from Jay's Life. Pick 2, Carter Corum, Foreman, or Khalil Herbert. Now, Deontay Foreman would be interesting if they weren't playing the Ravens and favored to lose by 20. But he's going to get all the touches.
I think right now I'll go Carter and Corum. If Chase Brown is completely ruled out, I might go Carter and Herbert.
If he's not playing at all, that would be the only way I would consider Herbert. Yeah. Even then, I think I'm nervous about Herbert just really not even getting that many carries. And they'll give him some, but I just don't know what the upside is. Man, Foreman would be a really good play getting all the carries if it wasn't for the fact that they're playing the Ravens. So I'll just go Carter and Corum. Falcons, Broncos, Commanders defense.
Just give me the Broncos against Carson Wentz and the Chiefs backups.
Yeah. Broncos it is. Okay. And then we have JB, Burrow, or JD?
Man. Oh, geez.
I know. This is almost like I was saying with the T. Higgins thing. It's like if I have Joe Burrow, I have to play Joe Burrow. They're going to just sling it the way they've been slinging it.
Yeah, I guess just go Burrow. How do you go wrong with either of these guys?
Well, yeah. At least your stud quarterbacks, which, by the way, I don't know how you have 2 stud quarterbacks still to choose from. At least they're both actually playing this week. Okay, Generations X. Darnold, Gainwell, Corum. This is such a Week 18 lineup. DJ Moore, Sutton, needs help on tight end. Gesicki, Henry, Okonkwo, or Kyle Pitts.
I guess just roll Gesicki. Man. Henry with the nice 0. This is what Hunter Henry does. Every time the lesson for Hunter Henry is every time he has a big game, do not play him the next week. Just don't do it. He will absolutely bust the very next week. Guaranteed. Chig, I'm also seeing questionable, might not even play. Yeah. I'm not starting Kyle Pitts. He's going to be on my never draft again video. Let's go Gesicki.
Right. Go Gesicki here. I mean, they're going to pass it a lot. He was involved last week, even with T. Higgins playing, so go figure. Okay. Chemo Doc. In non-PPR, okay, a quarterback. Could you consider Penix over Geno?
I don't think so. I mean, I know it's like a must-win for the Falcons, but so was last week. And what he threw that one touchdown at the very end of the game.
Yeah, not enough upside.
Just not enough upside for him right now. I will just go Geno.
Geno it is. 2 running backs again, non-PPR. Ray Davis, White, and Corum.
I think I just go. I probably just go Ray Davis and Corum here. They should get all the touches. Rashad White, yeah, I know it's a good matchup against the Saints, but Bucky's the guy there now.
Bucky's the guy. It was a great match. It was the best possible matchup last week against Carolina. Again, he's taking a backseat to Bucky in his non PPR that hurts him. The two receivers: London McMillan, Devontae Adams, or Zacchaeus.
I'm just gonna go, especially in non PPR. I'm just gonna go London and McMillan here.
Agree with that. And then Andrews or Jonnu at tight end.
I'm gonna go Andrews. It's a must win. It's the Browns. He's been good for like a month and a half straight or something. Just go Andrews.
You need touchdown upside. That I think that goes still to Andrews, even though Jonnu did score barely, but
I know that was
bailed out whoever started him last week. Yeah. Last minute. Dan Catalano, can you trust HN? No. Do I go with Ty Tracy, Michael Carter, Jalen Warren? Actually, I already did this, but what's your thought on it?
I'll go Michael Carter here. Getting the 49ers, not a good run defense, and he actually gets to play with. I mean, I got Tracy gets to play with the starters too, but it's the Giant starters. Give me Carter.
Here you go. And then Doug Fenton. Wow. Oof. Okay. Down 74, but here we go. Hey, you know, never say never. Or never say die. What does the Goonies say? Never say die.
Yeah, never say die.
Murray or Dobbs?
Murray. You need upside here. Go Murray.
Yeah. Jonnu or Ertz?
Ertz.
Needs to. HN, Garendo, Corum, Ray Davis, Khalil Herbert.
I'm just going to go Corum and Ray Davis. Although, actually, I will say I kind of like Khalil Herbert if Chase Brown is out. Because he has to get the button, and Joe Burrow will throw it to him. He'll catch passes. He'll get dump offs. So I'll say Herbert and Ray Davis if Chase Brown is out. Otherwise, Corum and Ray Davis.
And that game is tonight. You should find out soon. But yeah, they haven't ruled. I mean, they haven't ruled Chase Brown out yet. You think they're going to before tonight?
No, he's gonna. No, I mean, yeah. Well, they will before the game. But they said they're gonna test it pregame. I mean, he's a true game time decision. So the good news is they play today, so it's not like you'll know by tonight.
Yeah, it's a big game. You need a big game. I guess I would hope Corum does something, break off a big run. I'll go Davis and Corum. But we'll see. If Chase Brown is out, you could always put Herbert in. I guess he could score touchdowns. Now, here's good news. Travis Ryan, thankfully not playing this week, made it and won it.
Awesome. Good job.
Good job, Travis. Trevor Ryder, Chase Brown, I guess assuming he plays, or Garendo.
I'm just going to go Garendo here. I don't feel great about Garendo with Josh Dobbs. But he still has that explosive ability. He's the guy, right? He's going to get all the touches. Like we did not see. Did Patrick Taylor even play a snap last week? He probably did. I just probably don't remember.
Not that I know. Not that it matters.
Yeah, I just don't want to risk it with Chase Brown tonight with that ankle. I just feel like far from 100%. So I'll just go Garendo.
Yeah, the fact that they still don't know if he's going to play and they're about to play tells me he's not going to do much. So in this case, go Garendo. Bandsman, he's wondering if he should still play Pickens or DJ Moore or JMO. Now, I do like Jameson Williams this week. Got a great matchup, but I still think I'm playing Pickens.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I do like Jameson this week, but Pickens against the Bengals, it's an even better matchup. Go Pickens.
Yeah, it's the Bengals. Okay. Not keep people waiting too long. Like Aaron Tejada. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, well, St. Brown and Chase Brown are locked in. Maybe we want to unlock Chase Brown. For wide receiver 2, who do I start? Judy, Mims, or McLaurin?
I'll go Terry here for wide receiver 2. And yeah, I'm definitely locking in St. Brown. Yeah, no, I'm playing Chase Brown over these guys. No, James Cook probably not going to play. Javonte Williams. Do we even care?
No.
Achane without Tua? I'll just, here. Okay. Yep. Chase Brown.
Well, I guess he is locked in because James Cook is not going to play. And we need to flex.
I'll flex Judy. In full PPR, I'll go Judy.
Yeah, McLaurin, Judy. Guess Achan. So what happens if Chase Brown doesn't play? Who are you putting in at RB1?
Well, if Chase Brown doesn't play, I'll go Achan then.
But then who's the RB2? Javonte, I guess, because Cook's not going to play.
Oh, wait, we need to put – oh, geez, we need to start one of these running backs? Okay.
We would need to if Chase Brown doesn't
Yeah,
play.
it's got to be Achan and then Javonte. James Cook might not play a snap.
Aaron, can you possibly pick up Ray Davis? Like, check your waiver wire. Ray Davis, Blake Corum, Michael Carter, guys like that. You could play those types of running backs over all those running backs. So go check your waiver wire if you can still make moves. Because, yeah, Cook's not playing. Or Emmanuel Wilson, right? Don't forget Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, Emmanuel Wilson.
Okay, so we have one from Rowan Cox. Thank you, Rowan. I don't see a comment question immediately here, so I'm going to look for it. Also looking for Derwin still. I don't know if if you happen to notice one. Don't like to miss any questions, but also don't always cast the questions. You guys, if you do, by the way, if you super chat and your question didn't go through, you can always just retype it in the regular chat. We see it, we'll get to it. All right, so in that case, let's go to the next one. It is Keith, our boy, the Weather Beast. What's up? Are you ready for what you're about to see with the DTR Bailey Zappi duo?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm probably not. I'm going to watch one football game this weekend. It's going to be the Sunday night game. I'm not going to watch any other football. Maybe if I'm home with nothing to do, I'll flip it on. But most of these games are meaningless. I know the Ravens are. Come on, you think I want to watch the Ravens smash the Browns? I mean, maybe tonight's game will be good. Yeah, I'm not going to watch a lot of football this weekend. I'll be real with you.
The Browns Ravens game will probably not be good at all for anyone who's not a Ravens fan. Or has something at stake in fantasy. I mean, Bengals Steelers should be a good game, and that's a big game because, of course, the Bengals need to win. So I think I'll watch that game for sure. Am I ready for this? I'm always ready. We know this is what Week 18 is. We just
Yes.
John Henry, Garendo, B-Rob, Davis. I guess we're picking one running back and one receiver, and then the receivers are DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson, Mims.
I'm going to go Davis and DJ Moore here. DJ Moore, the Bears do get Green Bay without Jair Alexander. They're going to chuck it all over the field. They're going to try to win. Thomas Brown knows he's not back next year. I'm going to go Davis and DJ Moore.
Yeah, Ray Davis still my favorite of these running backs. Yeah, I don't trust Garrett Wilson. I should say I don't trust Aaron Rodgers to get the ball to Garrett Wilson. I'll go DJ Moore here. Okay. Good job if this is true. Remember that Dre Stee thing? Apparently.
Oh, wow.
Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know how you decoded that.
I mean, I know he gets the Bills backups, but I don't really care.
That's impressive that you figured that out. I would not have figured that out. Okay, more good news. Mike Callahan won the championship first time. Okay, so you think he said he started playing in the 90s and stopped playing for a while. I was going to say, because if you've been playing since the 90s and you just won for the first time.
I know, wow.
That would be, but he did stop for a while.
It's got to feel good. Congrats, Mike.
Think I'm hooked again. Awesome. Hey, look, as long as you know what you're getting into, it's fun, right? If you expect all your players to always do well, then it's not for you.
Yeah, for sure, not for you.
And the chaos, and it is way more chaotic and unpredictable than it used to be in the 90s. That's for sure. Can I do a very quick shameless plug since you mentioned this? Right.
Yeah, go for it.
I imagine this is in your best interest too, because it's for our channel. It's for okay. We have time, right? We have time for a complete digression. So I did an interview with Larry Schechter on the history of fantasy sports, and it's not just for baseball. It's all like, how did fantasy sports get started? He wrote the book on it, literally. So it's really interesting, and I had to talk with him as far as how fantasy even just began to be a thing. So if you play fantasy, it's just really interesting. But that's on the baseball channel because he's more of a baseball guy and, have more time on the baseball channel. So go to Fantasy Endgame Baseball and you can read that interview and, talk about that. I started playing also in the 90s using the newspaper. And of course, I played in a league with my friends in high school in Miami. So the number one pick was always Dan Marino. And then it was like Steve Young and Jerry Rice and guys like that. But yeah, glad you're hooked and glad you won, Mike. So congrats. That's awesome. But yeah, definitely check out, guys, if you're interested at all. I mean, get the book, of course, too. But check out that video on the Fantasy Endgame Baseball channel. Okay, so now Cammy Cam, welcome back, Cammy Cam. Also saying thanks for the help. Going for a back-to-back. Was going for a back-to-back. Came in second because of Connor. Well,
yeah, Connor. Why did they even play him?
Well, second place is, hey, you got money. You got money. I mean, second place is better than anything else. Jackson Smith, JD or Sam Darnold?
Man, I mean, this is tough. But I think you got to go JD against the Cowboys. Sounds like they're going to try to win that game to avoid the Eagles. He's got that rushing upside. He's been so good. I think I'm going to go JD. But this could go either way, honestly.
I mean, Darnold is going to put up probably a big game against the Lions, but if the Commanders are still playing to win, I think you have to play Jaden Daniels. So I'm going to go Jaden Daniels. Now we're going to go to Vinny. What's up, Vinny? Planning ahead for next season. Awesome. Crystal ball time. You ready? You can only keep 2 players. Wilson, Mondre, Puka, K9, or Mason. I'm leaning on Mason and Puka. Jordan Mason?
Mason? Really? Nah, I'm just going to go Garrett Wilson and Puka here. I know.
Yeah.
We gotta hope that the Jets are dumb and that they do not bring back Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and that they either go sign a veteran or
Cousins.
Yeah, try to do something in the draft. I'm not keeping Jordan Mason. I mean, this is really banking on CMC. Like, you're really hoping CMC out for the whole year next year? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, not Jordan Mason. I don't want to make it seem as simple as it's not the running backs. But in this case, it's not the running backs. I mean, Wilson and Puka are still strong keepers. I mean, there's really no reason you wouldn't keep Puka. There's no reason not to. And then Wilson, again, I think I can't say anything else would be an upgrade over Aaron Rodgers because they could get Kirk Cousins. They could get Daniel Jones or something like that. But
if the Saints cut Derek Carr and then they sign Derek Carr.
That would be chef's kiss. That would be just wonderful. Okay. But you keep Wilson. Keep Wilson. Kevin McCollum. Young, Flacco, Mac Jones, or other suggestions?
I actually don't mind Bryce Young this week. The Falcons are terrible against QBs. He's been pretty good. I might go Bryce Young.
Yeah. Between these choices, I would go Bryce Young. There's plenty of other options. I don't know if they're better options this week. So I guess just go Bryce Young. Yeah, I don't think I see anybody else I would actually want to start here. So no. Eagles or Falcons defense?
I think just go Falcons. I don't expect their pass rush has been pretty good. Like they've been getting sacks lately, at least. Eagles going to be playing backups. Just go Falcons.
Yeah. It has a 36-point lead. That's the good news. The bad news is going against Burrow and Chase. So good luck.
Good luck.
Beto. If sitting Jacobs, you go Gibson, Swift, or Warren.
I'd probably just go Swift here. He's still the guy there. He gets most of the touches.
I'm not going Gibson, even against the Bills' second, third, whatever string. Warren gets you a floor. I guess he's the safest, but go for a little upside. Go Swift. That guy down the street starts to Michael Carter, Rashad White, Ray Davis. Oh, that was kind of like the one we had before. Carter and Davis.
Yeah, Carter and Davis.
Penix or Geno. I said Geno.
Geno.
Seahawks or Texans defense.
Who the Texans even play again? I haven't even really.
Titans. Texans are on the road against the Titans. The Seahawks are on the road against the Rams and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, Seahawks are gonna play to win. They're gonna play their starters the whole game. It's Jimmy G. It's the backups for the Rams. I think I go Seahawks here. Although I don't mind Texans against the combination of Will Levis and Mason Rudolph.
Right. Yeah, I think I'll just go with the Seahawks as well. Will M. Okay, I guess PPR. Start one. Jordan Love, Tyler Huntley, Bryce Young, or Mac Jones, or Josh Dobbs. What about Jordan Love? I mean, is he going to play much?
I mean, I don't. Well, I mean, I guess if they win and the Commanders lose, they do avoid the Eagles, so maybe. I don't know. I like Bryce Young this week.
Something.
I think I might just go Bryce Young.
Well, Jordan Love doesn't get much of a ceiling anyways, as we've been seeing all year. So, yeah, let's just go Bryce Young. And running back start two, have J.K. Achan, Ray Davis, Kenneth Gainwell, or Blake Corum.
I'm going to say Ray Davis number one. I'll say Dobbins number two if the Steelers lose tonight. If the Steelers win tonight, I'd probably put Corum number two.
Yep, that's fair. Davis still my favorite. Dobbins if you can. If not, Corum. Okay. Boomer is back. What's up, Boomer? Needs a Chig replacement. Brenton Strange. No, I'm done with that guy. Juwan Johnson is questionable. Ty Conklin is a Jet. Jordan Akins catching passes from Bailey Zappi / DTR. Foster Moreau. Will Disley. Austin Hooper. Thank you for not listing every single other waiver wire tight end like you did a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think I agree with what you're saying down there, Boomer. I think Johnson would be my number one if he plays. If he doesn't play, I'd probably just play Foster Moreau because literally like Foster Moreau, last man standing. I know MVS will probably play this week, but I mean, come on. Yeah, so Johnson or Moreau.
Yeah, exactly. The Saints, basically have had no choice but to make their tight ends their top receivers because they just don't have receivers. So, yeah, I would like Juwan Johnson a lot if he's good to go. And if not, I think Moreau is fine. So, there you go. Heath with the dynasty question. Love
all
dynasty
right.
questions. And he said, by the way, this is super flex. Bowers or the 1-1, and it's a tight end premium league.
This is interesting because last year we pretty much knew that the 101 was in Superflex was probably going to be Caleb Williams, maybe Marvin Harrison. If like you didn't want to take a quarterback, it was pretty much we knew it was going to be those guys. I don't really feel strongly like who's going to be the 101 this year. Like
in Superflex,
maybe Genty if he lands if he goes like if the Cowboys draft him or something like that, and he's like instantly the workhorse running back, he might be the 101.
Right. In the Superflex,
but outside of him, like who do we feel like is a lock? Like because like what if Cam Ward goes to like the Raiders? You know what I mean? Or like you know what I mean? Like where it's like, okay, yeah, he's probably going to be the starting quarterback, but it's the Raiders. Like, do we, how good do we like?
Yeah, he's
This
best.
doesn't feel like a year where there's like going to be a clear 101.
Agree with that. There's not a generational type of receiver coming out. It's super flex, so typically the 1-1 would be the best quarterback. So you think maybe Sanders or Ward, but again, like you said, they're going to go. I mean, either way, they're going to go to a crappy team, right?
But I mean, at least like if Cam Ward goes to the Giants, you're like, well, okay, he has Malik Neighbors at least.
Yeah.
But like if you try to this is the way I try to think about trades like this, where it's involving the rookie draft. I try to think like, okay, if we said, okay, we're going to do our rookie draft this year with all the rookies, and I'm going to throw Brock Bowers in there. Brock Bowers is available in the rookie draft this year. Like, and it's tight end premium. Like Brock Bowers is the clear 101, isn't he?
Yes, I'm taking Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I think you got to take Brock Bowers here.
If it wasn't tight end premium, then you debate it. If it's tight end premium, I'm just taking Brock Bowers because you will not get another tight end like Brock Bowers, maybe ever while you play fantasy football, if not at least the next decade. And there is no obvious, even though we know Cam Ward is definitely going to be a superstar. Still, I think Brock Bowers, you just keep Brock Bowers. All right. So there you go. Ant Bolt 42, 1 running back, 1 receiver, Dowdle, Davis, Myers, Keenan, DK.
I'm going to go Ray Davis at running back. Man, this is tough at wide receiver. I think I'm just going to go Jacoby at wide receiver. You get the Chargers, doesn't scare me. Keenan, you never know. DK has been really bad down the stretch. I think I'm going to go Davis and Myers here.
Yeah, the running back again, easily Davis for me. Receivers. This one's a little trickier. I think Myers has been okay. I didn't really think this would happen. He's actually been hurt by Brock Bowers, right? Getting so many targets, soaking up so many targets. So I just worry about Myers' ceiling or lack of ceiling. I think actually I'm going to go Keenan Allen. Just hopefully he has a big game. Alexander Daron needs 3. I believe that's Brandon Cooks, Rashad Bateman, Alec Pierce. I'm guessing that's Odunze or
I think that's
Douglas.
Zacchaeus. I think that's Zacchaeus.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's Zacchaeus. I forgot about Olamide Zacchaeus. And I think Demario Douglas. 3 of those, by the way. 3.
I think I'm going to go Bateman, Pierce, and Zacchaeus. I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row where Zacchaeus has been involved. Why wouldn't he be involved again against the Cowboys?
Yep.
Alec Pierce always has the touchdown. What is Demario Douglas? Like, okay, sure. If you want to make sure you don't get a 0, you can go Demario Douglas, I guess, but that's it. Cooks, same thing. I guess if you want to, I mean, but I can't even guarantee you won't get a 0 with Cooks. I'm just going to go Bateman, Pierce, Zacchaeus.
Yeah. Cooks, no thanks. Not against Washington. It's just not much of a ceiling. I actually kind of like Bateman, again, going against the Browns. They're playing to win. Zacchaeus and Pierce, sure, why not? Sammy. First championship game in history for him, and it comes down to this, unfortunately. Okay, same group of running backs we've been seeing. 2 running backs. H.N. Dobbins, Carter, Davis, Corum.
I'm probably just going to go Davis and Carter. Even if it's not a must win for the Chargers, but like they want to win for the Chargers. I think Davis and Carter. I mean, maybe I could do Dobbins over Carter, assuming the Steelers lose tonight. Because they do get the Raiders. That's pretty nice. So, okay. So Ray Davis for sure. If the Steelers lose tonight, I'll go Dobbins. If the Steelers win, I'll go Carter.
Yep. There you go, Sammy. again, sadly, you cannot start Achan without Tua. Retro Gandalf needs Tutu and flex. Dobbins, Irving, Achan, Carter, McMillan, Jason, Mims, Jennings, Zacchaeus.
All right, JSN and McMillan will be my wide receivers. Irving. I'm probably, I'll say Irving and then Dobbins if the Steelers lose tonight. Otherwise, Carter will be my RB2, my RB1 and RB2. I probably just flex those guys, honestly. I probably just go McMillan, JSN with Irving, Dobbins, and Carter. If the Steelers win tonight and the Chargers have nothing to play for, I'd probably flex Zacchaeus. Maybe Mims.
I mean, okay, so I'm going to say, and sorry, I was scrolling through the chat too, but Irving is a must start. I think Carter's just say Carter, probably number 2 running back. McMillan, I guess JSN.
Yep, that's what I said.
And then, I don't know, Mims, Zacchaeus. Really trust Mims to do another 2-touchdown performance. I don't know. It's possible.
Chiefs backups, but
it's the Chiefs backups. It's possible. Zacchaeus. I don't know. I'll go Zacchaeus, I guess. Boomers saying that in case there happen to be any other boomers on there, have links. I thought we do. Don't we have a link on the homepage?
Yeah, I think we have the links on the home pages. Thought we did. I'll check.
Yeah. All right. We can always just search. Let's see. I'll make sure we are not letting anybody waiting too long. Okay, Aaron Tejada has another one. He's back. Or she. Full PPR needs to Achan, Chase Brown, Corum, Javonte Williams, and or snack from waiver wire. Okay, here are the options. Emmanuel Wilson, Samaje Perine, Cam Akers, Ty Johnson.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Emmanuel Wilson and Blake Corum. Honestly.
Isn't this... I thought this was the team that had James Cook, and James Cook disappeared, didn't he? Or maybe just like, okay, you're going to drop him. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Too risky with Achan and Brown. I think Corum is fine. Manuel Wilson, probably your next best. Yep. All right. There you go, Aaron. Good luck. Uzi London. Starting Daniel, Sharps, Henry, Keenan, Neighbors, Laporta, McMillan. Opponent is missing Connor and Debo. Thoughts? Up by 40?
Well, if you're up by 40, I feel pretty good for you. I mean, you got JD, you got Sharps and Henry, Keenan, Neighbors, Laporta. I mean, yeah, I like your. I feel good for you if you're up by 40.
Okay, and here you dropped later what the opponent has. A-Rod, Madison, A-Chance. Yeah, you're probably going to win.
Yeah, you should. This team should not overcome a 40-point deficit, but it's fantasy football, so you never know.
I mean, look, Brock Bowers could have like a 50-point game. I guess that's possible because it's week 18. But yeah, this opponent should not overcome you again. You never know, but I think you should be feeling pretty good. Hey, Jackson Swain wants to know Jacobs or McMillan in the flex.
I think you just got to go McMillan. We might not see much Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs pretty much unstartable. So let's see. E-Rich 80. Zay Flowers or Marvin Harrison Jr.
I'll go Zay Flowers here. I mean, what are we expecting from Harrison? Although I do have a bone to pick with some I won't name any names, but people who write fantasy football articles. I've seen a few bust articles now that say Marvin Harrison Jr., and then they do like Travis Etienne honorable mention. I'm like, did you play fantasy this year? Like, yes, Marvin Harrison was a big bust, but Marvin Harrison was at least startable. Marvin Harrison gave you 15 plus points 7 times this year. Travis Etienne never reached 15 points and only even went over 10 points 6 times the whole year. Like, what? Who's writing these things? Travis Etienne, biggest bust easily. Like, it's not even debatable. It's not even a debate. It's like, you can't even debate this. Like, how are people doing this? Anyways, that being said, Zay Flowers this week.
Yeah, I feel good enough about Zay Flowers. I almost wonder, I thought about this because I've, spent too much time thinking about week 18 fantasy football matchups, as you know. Are they going to try to do the thing where, like, force it to Harrison to have a good game, a big game statistically in the flank, just to get some momentum and show he's not a bust,
They could. Definitely could.
James Conner not playing. But that said, I don't want to start Marvin Harrison if I don't have to. I think he's still solid. He's still startable, but I'll go Flowers just because it's the Browns. Okay. Happy Biscuits. Bucks or Broncos?
I feel like we had this exact one earlier. It's got to be the Broncos. Broncos are going to be playing their starters. They're playing to win. It's Carson Wentz and the backups. Give me the Broncos.
Yes, definitely the Broncos. The Broncos are the better team. Look, I understand the Bucks have a great matchup, but the Broncos also do just because it happens to be Carson Wentz. All right, return of the Mad Capper.
What's up?
2 questions. Number 1, what about Lamar? Now, okay, that's a fair point because, like you said, they're 20-point favorites. They could just be up by more than that at halftime. Are you worried we get only one half of Lamar?
I mean, maybe, but remember, they do still need to win this. You don't want to take a chance of losing this game, and the Steelers winning tonight, and now you are the 5 seed. Now, granted, as a 5 seed, you get to go on the road to play Houston, which isn't the worst, but you'd rather be at home. You'd rather be at home. And you want to win the division just as a pride thing, right? So I think I could see him sitting out the 4th quarter. I doubt they'd be sitting him at halftime. Like, it would have to be what, like 40-0 at half for them to sit him at the half. Like, even if it's like 28-0 at the half, they're not going to sit Lamar the whole second half. So I'm still pretty much starting Lamar.
Yeah, well, so 2 things is, number 1, if they're winning by 28-0 or 20 something, that means Lamar already did something, right? That means he
probably already has 3 touchdowns.
Probably did something. Yeah, something. But number 2 is it always comes down to who's your other option. Okay, I'm worried Lamar doesn't have a great game. Okay, so you're going to start who instead of him? Are you starting Justin Herbert? Like, that's not necessarily great this week. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's go down the line. Joe Flacco, Bryce Young, like, so it's like probably just start Lamar. Need to flex. Sharp, Garendo, Carter, Corum, Ray Davis, Pearsall, or Downs.
Only one of these?
I guess so.
I think I'm going to go Charbonnet. Yeah. I mean, I do really like Ray Davis against the Patriots. But Charbonnet gets the Rams backups. I think I'm going to put Charbonnet number 1 here.
Yeah. Look, these are all, except for maybe Downs, pretty good options. Pearsall would be very interesting, except it's Josh Dobbs. It's not Brock Purdy. I like Ray Davis, but I agree. I think Sharp. I mean, have we gotten any indication that they're going to rest anybody in Seattle or limit or anything? If it's all Sharp, it's probably just Sharp, right?
Yeah, it's all. I would assume it's all Charbonnet. I mean, why? Why rest people? Like,
yeah. All right. Charbonnet. Yeah, I think he just needs one. All right, there you go. Okay, let's go back here. Got a super chat from Chavez. And Chavez, I don't see a question yet. So if you do have a question, you can just type it in there. Or if you already did, I kind of went back and I looked. I didn't see anything. But if you have a question, let us know. If not, we'll just say thanks. Oliver Hart. Same thing. Are you worried about Derrick Henry?
Nah, because again, this is a game, not an absolute must win, not like a win to get in type of game, but it's to win the division, it's to get a home playoff game. Those things are important to NFL teams. And again, if he sits in the fourth quarter, it's because the Browns have already scored so many points that they don't need him anymore, and it means he probably at least scored one touchdown.
Well, this is interesting. I mean, yeah, I'm still playing Henry, but he says I have JT, Garendo, Charbonnet, Michael Carter. So JT is like on your bench, but you playing JT over Derrick Henry?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. But man, how's JT not in your lineup? Like, who else do you have?
You can't play both. You're not playing Henry and JT.
Well, okay. Now I'm reading. It says pick 2 receivers and a flex. I think we need to flex JT.
Well, yeah, I think JT will be my flex here.
Okay, 2 receivers: Sutton, Thielen, McMillan, Pickens, Tyreek.
Ooh,
yeah, I want to play Sutton.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Sutton and Pickens. I think they get the most upside. I mean, McMillan has a lot of upside too, but he also I think has more risk than Pickens. So let's go Sutton Pickens.
Yeah,
and then flex JT.
Sutton, Pickens, flex JT. And no, don't sit Henry. All right. Again, I mean, considering it's week 18, it's a pretty good line.
Yep.
Juicy J. Flex Pollard, Corum, Jennings, or Davis.
Also, one thing on Henry real quick, because we just had it. Justice Hill is not playing again. And I said this last week. I said, this is probably going to be good for Henry because now he's going to actually have to catch passes. And he did.
Yeah.
He's going to actually have to catch passes again. So, yeah, I'm not benching it. PPR flex here. I think I just go Ray Davis, honestly. Can't feel good about Jennings with Dobbs. Let's go Ray Davis.
Yeah. Pollard is not healthy. Jennings too risky. I'm going Davis. And then we've had this a lot, but let's just clarify for those who weren't here earlier, maybe haven't heard it yet. NFXTY, Ray Davis over HN. Yes.
Ooh.
Lamar or Baker.
Now this might be one where I consider benching Lamar because Baker is in a must win and they get the Saints. Although there's the same risk here, right? That they're up huge and he doesn't play in the fourth quarter. Because I can't imagine the Saints putting up points.
Right. But I don't know. The way they've been playing, I feel like they don't care, right? They're just going to keep putting the gas down.
Yeah, you might be okay going Baker over Lamar here, but I don't know if I could do it. I think if it's my team, I'm still going to go Lamar. But I'm okay if you want to go Baker here.
Yeah, you know what? I think I would go Baker. Because I feel like they're going to go full throttle. And, I mean, look at what Baker did last week. I mean, insane. I feel like they're going to keep it going. Oh, here's Chavez. Needs 2. Swift, Tracy, Ray Davis, Gainwell.
Bless you. I'm going to go Ray Davis and Tracy. Tracy gets the Eagles backups. I mean, Gainwell's interesting, but I also wonder, how much Gainwell are we really going to see playing with the third-string QB? Yeah, right. I'll just go Davis and Tracy.
Right. Yeah, it's Gainwell's not a guy who's ever going to get 20 plus carries. So I'm going to go Davis and Tracy. Zooted God needs 4. Carter, Charbonnet, JSN, Ladd, Sutton, Terry, Garendo.
Wow. Just any 4.
I guess.
I'm going to go Terry. I'm going to I'm going to assume it's PPR. Doesn't it say? It'd be nice to know because that would definitely make a difference here. But assuming full PPR, I'm going to go Terry, Sutton, Charbonnet. Okay, he's saying it's PPR. Terry, Sutton, Charbonnet, and then I'm going to give you some. Those are my 3 must starts. Like I think I got to start Terry, Sutton, Charbonnet. If the Steelers lose tonight, Ladd will be my number 4. If the Steelers somehow win tonight, I think JSN will be my 4.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, now he's saying he needs 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and a flex. So scratch all of that.
Well, that changes things.
Okay, Charbonnet and Carter are going to be my running backs. And then I guess we're going Terry Sutton, wide receiver flex. There you go.
Well, it kind of makes it easier. Not better, but easier. Yeah. Carter, Sharp, Sutton, Terry. All right, there you go. Good luck. Justin. Okay. Well, yes and no. Just incredible. Are Goff and Nick's good replacements for JD5, but we're not replacing JD5, are we?
Yeah, let's go with JD5. Sounds like the Commanders are going for it to avoid the Eagles. I
mean, yeah, Goff is a great option this week, but you're not going Goff over Daniels, are you?
No.
Okay. Never mind. And Laverde Nunn the 4th is in the 2nd week. Got one of those 2-week things. All right. Pick 2. Jalen Warren, Deontay Foreman, Kenneth Gainwell.
I think I'm going to go Warren and Foreman. Why is he playing if it wasn't the Ravens? But Gainwell, I mean.
I know. Why can't the Browns be playing the Carolina Panthers or something? We're just that's it. Deontay Foreman, league winner.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would just be so simple, right?
League winner for the 5% of leagues that are playing in week 18.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably still go him, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Chubb's out. Jerome Ford's out. Pierre Strong, is he even play? He might even be out.
No, he's out, too. They already ruled him out.
It's like, who else? I don't even know who the other running back is. Let's just go Warren and Foreman here. Good luck. Good luck.
Because, again, when you're dealing with, let's say, less than appealing options here, look at running back, go for opportunities. Who's going to get more touches? It's probably Foreman. They're probably going to try to run the ball at least 15 to 20 times with him alone. Is just him. Gainwell, just got to wonder how many touches he's going to get. He's fine. But yeah, at least Warren gets you a floor. All right. And let's see, we got, Anthony is in the house. Playing for 2nd. Okay. JD or Darnold.
I mean, look, these guys should be great this week. I don't know how but I'm still going JD5. Still going JD5 for that rushing, especially against Cowboys.
Yeah, both very good options. Let's go JD barely. And Justin also, yeah, you can do this. Drop Chig for Freiermuth. Yes, go Muth. Okay, we got a couple more. We're caught up on the super chats. We'll hang around for a few more minutes. I know some of you do have championships, unfortunately, up for grabs in week 18. Again, really try to work on that. Maybe next year, get your commissioner to change it. You should be able to change it. No matter what platform you play on, trust me, you can go into the settings. But anyways, D-Rec 187. Pick 2, McConkey, Adams, DK, McMillan, and then Chase Brown or Ray Davis.
I'm just going to go Ray Davis over Chase Brown. With Chase Brown game time decision tonight, I just feel like it's too risky.
Yeah.
I think McMillan's going to be 1 for me. I'll say Ladd will be number 2 if the Steelers lose tonight. If the Steelers pull off the win, I think I'll go Adams 2. So McMillan, then Ladd. If the Chargers don't need to play for anything, then I'll go Adams.
Yep. Agree with all that. Good luck, D. All right. Fine. We have time. Maurice McDonald. Let's get to your question. Well, okay. Asking is Khalil Herbert playing? Kind of hard to say. I mean, he'll play. How much?
Well, I think if Chase Brown's out, he's going to play a lot.
So where would you put him among like the Michael Carters, the Blake Corums, and you put him higher because he's on the Bengals?
Not Michael Carter. I'd probably put him above Blake Corum just because Corum, again, he is going to have to go against that Seattle starting defense. I know Khalil Herbert has to go against the Steelers starting defense, but he'll catch more passes than he's in that Bengals offense. Blake Corum's going to be playing with the backup, so I'd put him over Corum. I'd put him over Tracy. Not Michael Carter, though. I'd still play Michael Carter. I'd still play Ray Davis. I'd still play Charbonnet.
Well, so in the PPR league, I definitely prefer Carter because you know he'll catch some passes. The thing with Khalil Herbert, the appeal is touchdown upside. I don't feel like we're going to see big yardage from Khalil Herbert, even if Chase Brown is out. But he could definitely score a short touchdown. So in non-PPR, maybe I could go Herbert over Carter, but in full PPR, I'm still going a guy like Carter, you know? And then, okay, so here's Maurice's actual full question. Needs 3. London, St. Brown, Garrett, Worthy, or Zacchaeus?
All right, well, I think you got to start St. Brown in London.
Yeah.
Worthy is not going to play.
Probably not.
Oh, am I real? I guess just go Zacchaeus over Garrett Wilson, I guess. Sad times.
Why not? It's a week 18 thing. And then Okonkwo or Jonnu?
Now, Okonkwo, very questionable, and now he might be playing with Will Levis again. Let's just go Jonnu.
Yeah, go Jonnu. Ben Lejeune, Donald Carter Gibbs, Allen Mims, Bowers, Ray Davis, Broncos, Aubrey. Now, Swift, Jonnu, Pollard, Gesicki, Downs on the bench. Up 54. That's pretty nice.
Oh, nice. Carter Gibbs. Wow, it's really nice. Having Gibbs is nice.
Yeah, having Gibbs is definitely nice here. Receivers, you know, but we're not playing Josh Downs. The only position I would switch would be a receiver, and there's no receivers to switch. So,
yeah, Mims Downs equally risky, but give me Mims.
Yeah, I think you're good. No changes. You're up. You just need to maintain it. Good luck.
Yep.
Okay, and then Jonathan Naranjo. Myers or Wilson?
I'm just going to go Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I think I would too. Need 2 running backs, Aaron Jones, Charbonnet, Dobbins, or Carter?
I'm just going to go Aaron Jones and Charbonnet. Charbonnet going to get all the touches against the Rams, mostly backups, probably a lot of backups in that game. And Aaron Jones, I mean, this is a must-win for the Vikes. You don't want to drop all the way you want that number 1 seed. You want the bye. You don't want to drop all the way to 5 and have to play a road game. That's crazy that one of these teams is going to have 14 wins and be the 5 seed. That's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
Jones and Charbonnet.
Yeah. This one. D-Rec, one more. Russ or Gino? Gotta go Russ, right?
I'm going to go Russ tonight against the Bengals at home.
And then Oscar Corona. 1 receiver, 1 flex. Judy, McMillan, Thielen. That one's tough. Who sits?
That one is tough, but I think McMillan has the most upside. Against the Saints, I'm going to go McMillan here.
Well, we need a receiver and a flex.
Oh, well, I'm going to go McMillan and Judy then. Maybe I'm too high on Judy, but I just feel like he's going to get like 15, 20, like 15 targets. Who else they throwing to? And they're going to have to throw the ball. I don't know. Thielen might be a little safer than Judy if you just want to go McMillan Thielen. So I don't mind Thielen this week either.
Well, I agree with that. It sounds like, once again, too low on Adam Thielen. You're never supposed to doubt him ever again.
I guess not.
That said, he's fine. He's fine.
If you want to go McMillan Thielen, that's fine too.
Well, it doesn't say if it's full or half. It's probably the same, right? Judy Thielen, Pepper with targets, no big chunk plays, touchdown upside. I don't know. I'll go McMillan and Thielen.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, they're similar, probably similar. And then let's do Doug Fenton. wants to say thank you for another great year. Started playing fantasy after a 10-year break. Wow.
Wow. Welcome back.
Yeah, found us last year, and so we helped get to the championship at least. Next year will be your year, though. You'll get it.
Yes.
All right. And one more.
All right.
Murray or Bryce?
Oh, tough one to finish. Because I do actually really like Bryce Young this week against Atlanta. But I think Murray against whatever the 49ers are throwing out there, I think I probably got to go Murray.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything about. I don't think the Cardinals are a team they're going to sit him at halftime or anything, are they? They're just going to roll him out.
I don't think so. I mean, you never know, I guess, but why?
Yeah. All right, we'll go Murray here. Okay, we can't finish on that. Let's finish on this because this is a perfect way to end. It's Boomer. Underdog fantasy main slate, because this is a perfect time for me to remind everyone that we partner with Underdog. And by the way, just because the football season, the regular season is about to end, doesn't mean you're done making your fantasy football picks, because you can go to underdogfantasy.com, download the Underdog app, and you sign up for Underdog. You get free picks still. This week, you get a free pick, and it's Bijan Robinson, who is going to show you all that. At least get a yard. I think he'll get a yard. So if he gets a yard, you win this pick. That's why they call it a free pick. Go higher than 0.5 total yards. You sign up for Underdog, you get the free pick. You also get free cash in your account, up to $1,000 of bonus cash when you sign up, but you have to use code ENDGAME. And that gets you all those free offers, free pick, the free cash. So sign up right now. And when you go to checkout, the little area that asks for a promo code, put Endgame in there. And that basically is a way to tell them that we sent you, get you your free stuff. So now Boomer, who of course joined our Underdog drafts this week earlier, we're still going to be doing plenty. What do you think about this one? Commander heavy, like in a blowout. It could be a blowout there. JD, JT, Michael Carter, Terry Thielen, Ertz. See, he's a believer. He's got Thielen in there.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's for the Week 18 slate, so I like it. This team could definitely do some damage. Good luck, Boomer.
I like Ertz. Terry, okay, Terry, a little risky, but hey, why not? I like it. Everything else. And then Python.
What's up, Python?
Yes. That's the last thing after you sign up for Underdog. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn notifications on, all that stuff. We appreciate all of you. And you know what? We will be back tomorrow morning, because some of you still in it to win it. No? Are we not doing tomorrow?
I didn't think so. I wasn't planning on it.
Oh, we're not going to be back tomorrow. I thought we were. Okay. We'll be back some point soon. So turn notifications on as soon as you can. Hit subscribe, and that way know that whenever we go live, whether it's Underdog, Best Ball, we're going to do some mock drafts before long. You guys know how to get in there. If you don't, if you're new to all this, then again, subscribe and you can catch on. We're going to be here the entire off season. No, we don't just stop doing fantasy football stuff, because there's never a reason to stop.
Right.
All right. Well, good luck to everybody who needs anything today and in week 18. If you're still playing, then we'll get those championships.